680 The Fan's continuing coverage from Brave Spring Training rolls on. Happy Friday. It is March the 1st, which means baseball is officially back this month. We are now just 27 days away from opening day. That's the Braves and the Phillies. And how much more interesting did that one get yesterday with Bryce Harper landing with the Philadelphia Phillies? Of course, a 13-year deal, $330 million. So Braves fans that were hoping you wouldn't have to worry about Bryce Harper now that he was no longer with the Nationals, well, bad news. He is still here in the National League East. Braves will have to deal with him for many, many years to come. And the scary thing to think about last night was my child is not even 4 years old yet. He'll be a senior in high school when that deal runs out. So that kind of puts in perspective just how long Bryce Harper has signed with the Philadelphia Phillies. I want you to take a look behind me here for just a second because we are on one of the backfields and we talk so much about the coaching staff and the hard work these guys put in on a daily basis. Well, I'm filming this video about 10 after 7 here on Friday morning, and as you can see behind me, Ron Washington, Braves third base coach, already out working hard with a lot of guys. Austin Riley is out there taking some ground balls, working on the drills they do on a daily basis. This is not just something that takes place here during spring training. This takes place throughout the entire regular season as well. We see it even up to game 162. Young players out there working on fielding grounders, getting better, trying to get their timing down better. And again, Ron Washington, again, as you can see behind me, one of the best in the business, and he certainly makes these guys want to go out there and work hard every single day. Also, Eric Young is out here as well. Again, it's not even 7:15 in the morning yet. These guys are out here putting in the extra work, putting in the extra time, trying to help all these guys, not only at the big league level, but some of the younger kids as well, get better every single day. That is a theme here in spring training, and looking forward to seeing how some of these guys continue to take the next step forward throughout the course of their career. Hey, if you missed it yesterday, some bad news on Mike Fulton-Evich. We were expecting to see him start today against the Blue Jays here at Disney World. That is not happening. He has been scratched due to some soreness in his right forearm. Now, before everyone starts pressing the panic button, talking to Brian Snitker yesterday, he said this is something that Fulte has dealt with the last couple of years. Not as concerned, more erring on the side of caution than anything right now with Fulte. Obviously, we expect him to be the opening day starter. He'll be evaluated by team doctor, Dr. Lori tomorrow. So over the course of this next couple of days, we'll have a better idea of what Mike Fulton-Evich's status is. Again, hoping it's just a couple of days, we see him right back out there on the mound. So we will see Bryce Wilson today against the Blue Jays here at Disney World. We also expect to see many of the regulars back in the lineup, and that includes Dansby Swanson and Josh Donaldson. Both those guys expected to make their Grapefruit League debuts today. We also got our first look at Nick Markakis yesterday, who got in the ballgame, got a base hit in the Braves' loss to the Tigers here at Disney. Also expecting to see Nick back out there in the lineup today, so that's what to watch for. Again, Bryce Wilson, one of those intriguing young arms the Braves have, we saw on a very limited basis a year ago at the big league level, and looking forward to seeing what Bryce Wilson has in store. Bryce is the name of the day, I guess. Bryce Harper in Philly, Bryce Wilson here with the Atlanta Braves. So again, looking forward to this one. Ben Ingram and Don Sutton will have the call for you on 1340 back in Atlanta and 103.7 FM, so make sure you tune into those guys with the call. Braves are home today. They're at the Tigers tomorrow, and then back here at Disney World on Sunday. So not one of those weekends where there's a lot of crazy travel here the next few days. So looking forward to having some home cooking here, and again, a lot of regulars will be expected to be in the lineup here today. So again, one more look behind me here. We are on field 2. And as you can see, Ron Washington working with Austin Riley and a couple of the other younger players here, doing their daily drills, getting their work in here, again, before the sun even comes up here at Disney World. So when we talk a lot about how hard these coaches work, how much time they put in, how much passion they have for the game and for their job, you can see it on display here, and we see it on a daily basis. Drew Waters also out here behind us working with Eric Young, and Eric showing him some bunting techniques. So again, that's kind of what takes place here on the backfields. We show you inside the stadium all the time, but always fun to take a trip back here to the backfields as well. And if you ever come down here to spring training, this is the place you want to come out. You can watch guys throw side sessions, you can watch throw bullpens, you can watch batting practice as well. This has been a fun field to watch, and as I mentioned with Chuck and Chernoff yesterday on 680 The Fan, a couple of guys we have really enjoyed watching. Drew Waters, one of those guys behind me, but also Grayson Genista. Keep an eye on this guy as well. Lake Tower power. Same can be said about Austin Riley as well. As Brian Snitker said last week, he'd be surprised if Austin didn't make their decision very, very difficult as they're trying to trim down the roster, getting closer to opening day. Also, I'm going to give you one more name to keep an eye on here as Grapefruit League play continues over the next couple of days and weeks. Pedro Florimon. And he hit another home run yesterday, nearly hit 2, nearly went opposite field over the fence in lefty. He was robbed as the Tigers left fielder went over and brought it back. So nearly a 2-home run day for Pedro Florimon, a guy who throughout the course of his pro career has played 7 different defensive positions, including a couple of appearances for the Phillies on the mound last year. So Pedro Florimon, another one of those versatile guys. He's got some pop in that bat, so keep an eye on him. Could be an intriguing guy that the Braves may consider bringing with them as they look for versatility. We all know about Charlie Culberson and Johan Camargo, but Pedro Florimon, another guy who certainly fills that build, and we could potentially see him make a push and a late charge for potentially a roster spot on the opening day roster. So that's what to watch for here over the next couple of days. Again, stay with us here on 680 The Fan, continuing coverage from Atlanta Braves spring training. And again, you can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as well at 680 The Fan.